Students, what is home sourcing? Home sourcing in terms of logistics and transportation would be the use of home-based employees to perform some specific business process on a regular basis. A noted example would be a discounted airline. Let's say, for example, JetBlue uses home-sourced reservation agents. In US, there is one airline which is known as JetBlue, and they do not use employees which would be sitting in their offices. Rather than that, their employees would be sitting in their home and they would be making the airline reservations. So it's the model in which you would be staying at your home and you would be sourcing your activities or the business process from your homes. It's actually becoming very common now in different corporate sector as well in the developed countries. A sophisticated telephone call management system routes inbound customer calls to home-based employees who assist the customers. Now, this is also common for your call centers. Call centers may your employees the employees do not need to come to the offices. In fact, they can work from home. The advantage is to the employer actually includes the lower office space cost. To some home-based employees, the advantages are numerous. Home-based hone pe, you can work. If you are at your home and you can work there, it would be beneficial for you as well as your family if you can give them some time. और employer के लिए जो सबसे बड़ा benefit है वो ये है, it doesn't require any brick and mortar type of office where he needs to locate his employees. For example, parents of young children may be able to work from home in order to keep a closer eye on their children. A related term is telecommuting. Telecommuting भी एक term है. It's actually similar to home sourcing. So if there are parents who have to look at their children as well, so what they can do, they can have such kind of a home sourcing or telecommuting in which they will stay at their home, they will work from their home, and at the same time, they can look after their children as well. What is a hundredweight, CWT? A unit of pricing for shipping 100 pounds. Now, this is true for your transportation through road or by rail or by ship. Hundredweight and even for the airlines. Pricing का एक unit है जो आप 100 pound जो है वो उसके ऊपर लेके चलते हैं. Yes, the distance plus the type of product would also be affecting that price. लेकिन एक benchmark, एक 100-weight CWT is actually taken as a benchmark, which would be कि आप pricing का जो है वो base क्या ले रहे हैं. तो 100 pound weight होगा तो the pricing will start and it would be a linear or a non-linear slab depending upon the distance which is being traveled and the type of product which is being traveled. Hazardous material, an important concept in terms of logistics and transportation. It's a substance or material that the Department of Transportation has determined to be capable of posing a risk to health, safety, or property when stored or transported in commerce. यानी आपने कुछ ऐसे मटेरियल का लेन देन किया है जो कि एक रिस्क रखता है जिसमें कैपेबिलिटी है ऑफ अ रिस्क दैट इट कैन cause a damage to the health or it can cause the damage to the ship in which it is being transported or a truck in which it is being transported, or when it is stored in some warehouse it can cause a damage there. So you classify those items as hazardous material, and Department of Transportation of every country, they actually classify those type of items, and special care is being done. Their storage is not done in the same bins or shelves in the warehouse. In fact, material handling would be a lot for such type of items, and during the transit special care is actually required for such type of items as well. That is why they are being classified. Okay, then an important and common concept is of Incoterms. It's an abbreviation of International Commerce Terms published by the International Chamber of Commerce. International Commerce Terms, Incoterms. What is it? It is actually a set of rules for the interpretation of the most commonly used terms in foreign trade, which parties to a contract can agree upon to avoid misunderstandings, disputes and litigations. ये वो एक set of rules हैं जो कि बहुत ज़्यादा commonly used हैं और ये आपको help करते हैं in when you are going for a litigation with the company with which you have contracted, or when you are going to resolve some dispute among or between two companies, or the misunderstandings. तो एक set of rules हैं कि internationally ये चीज़ applicable है. This is known as Incoterms and we can agree on it. Can or cannot. It depends upon the contracting companies. लेकिन these rules actually provide the basis. तो वो rules हैं, set rules हैं जो internationally applicable हैं. Companies can use or they might not use those rules. Then we have insourcing, a unique and increasing popular business method. It is similar to outsourcing in that it is a continuing business service or process provided to the company by an outside organization. That means it is similar to outsourcing in a sense that an outside organization would be actually providing some kind of a business service to the organization. The intent is to enable the client company to focus on its core strength while hiring outside firms to provide other needs such as warehouse, call center, or human resource management. However, while insourcing, the service providers move into or near the client company's facility and sets up shop. That is actually the difference between outsourcing and insourcing. Generally speaking, both are the same. You are providing some kind of a service to the client, which is actually not the core strength of that client. But in insourcing, you would be moving near to your client. In outsourcing, actually, you are not doing it. Wherever you are, you will be there and you will be providing some kind of a service like warehousing, or you will be providing the transportation, or you will be providing some warehouse, intermodal services. But in case of insourcing, you will come near to your client. For example, XYZ has a business unit that will set up and manage an employee cafeteria within a client's company facility. So that would be a service which is not being provided by the company, but some XYZ company will be providing it. But what would they do? They would insource it. Insource mean they will provide the facility in the vicinity of that client. Thank you.